Hello everyone and welcome to Weavy. In today's video, we're going to actually understand how to install the VV on your local machine. So this means we are talking about the VV Server SDK. So with this, let's get started. As you can see on the screen, this is the developer portal and this is the one-stop solution for the developers who are going to use VV. Be it the tutorials or the articles or anything latest that comes up, or if you want to actually get started, this is the right place for everyone. And somehow if you get stuck somewhere, then this is actually the place from where you can reach out to us and we will get back to you as soon as possible. So let us get started. So if you go to the getting started section, you can see that there is an article which talks as setup VV server SDK. So this is the aim for today's video. So if you click on that article, you can see that this article is about installing VV on your local machine. So as a prerequisite, you need a Windows machine to install and run VV. The second thing is there are quite a few prerequisites out there. For example, Git for Windows, the SQL Server Management Studio, and the last one is the Visual Studio. So everything is having a free version, so you will not be stopped somewhere just because you might not have access to the premium version. So everything is out there and freely available. There is always a free edition or a community edition. So pause this video right now, install all the prerequisites, and get back after doing this. So now I assume that the prerequisites are installed on your local machine and you're good to go. So as the next step, we have to install the VV backend code. So we have hosted the code on the GitHub repository. It is publicly available and you can simply clone that repo. The best advice is that you fork the repo so that you can actually build on top of it. You can customize the backend as you want, but to get started, let me just simply copy this line of code and open up my terminal, and you can actually navigate to the directory where you want to install the VV backend. But for me, I think this is the right place, so I will just simply paste this line which I just copied and hit enter. Okay, so I already have this file on my machine over there. So what I will do is I will quickly go. You can see that I already have this VVSLN. Let me just delete it. Okay, so it is being. So what I will do is, let us quickly. You can actually hit this enter, and you will clone this repo on your local machine, and you will end up with something like this. That is the VVSLN folder and the specified directory of your choice. So you can navigate inside the directory, and once you are inside this directory, you have all the files that are needed. So actually, you have completed the download VV step. So next step is to create a database. So we might have installed the Open SQL Server Management Studio, and if you have done that, you can actually open that up and you can create a new database for VV, right? So we are going to open this SQL Server Management Studio, and we are going to connect, and inside the database we are going to create a new database called as VV. So rest everything, keep it at default, no need to change anything, and we are good to go over here. So this is done. So the next thing is that you have to open up the folder which you have cloned and open this file vv.sln. So you should have a Visual Studio to open this file, and if you don't have, you have to install it because it was the last point in the prerequisite that is needed to actually run this code. So if you have installed everything correctly, you should be able to open this file inside your Visual Studio, and the next step is to actually build this VV. And the only thing that you need to do the next time you want to open up the local instance of your VV backend is to come to this directory, hit on this file, and you will open up the solution and just go to debug and click on start without debugging. So once you will do that, your VV backend instance will automatically start running, right? And it might take a bit of time at the first to actually run this, but once it starts running, it won't actually lag, right? So as you can see that my VV backend instance is up and running, and you can actually go and create your account over here, right? So you can specify these details, your credentials, and if you already have a purchased VV license or a free or trial license, you can actually go and click over here to give the license key that you have. So this is the place from which I will leave this to you to actually explore the VV backend. And once you have this VV backend set up, you will be actually able to use all the features and use your own VV backend to store all the data that your features collect, and you can therefore create a application that uses VV. All right. So as you can see, but what I want to reiterate is that you can see over here as well. Some of you might get a runtime error when you try to actually follow this step of debug and start without debugging. Some of you might get a runtime error at the beginning. So if you are having if you get a runtime error, what you have to do is you have to go to the build. You have to actually clean VV. So this is the first step, and you can also clean the solution. And once you have done that, you just have to click on rebuild, right? Rebuild VV. So if you do that, you will actually end up and if you go to the server now, if you go to this particular URL now, you will be able to actually run this entire VV backend, right? So since we restarted the solution, it might take a bit of time for the solution to boot up, but yes, once it's done, you will be actually able to run it smoothly on your local machine, right? So as you can see that it started again. So this is all for the video. And if you want, what we can do is we can actually create a dummy version of the VV backend over here on my machine. So let us say that I create it for me, and so what I need is a password now. So as you can see that my VV backend instance is now up, and this is the actual place for you to get started. So this is called as a VV spaces. So it will actually show you all the spaces. You Since I am the admin of this particular local host or my own VV backend, I can actually create a space from here. So you just have to create the space, and what I can do is I can actually add multiple members. I can invite people to join my VV backend instance, right? To On my VV server SDK. What I have to do is I just have to specify where I need and how much access should I give that particular user whom I am inviting. Apart from that, the exciting thing is about the VV backend is that you can go and hit this URL/manage, and you will actually able to see each and every statistics that you have um, for with the VV backend. For example, how many clients you have created, what are the hooks, what are the directories, are there any background jobs? If you can see by default, there will be some background jobs, and apart from that, there are other things for you to explore. So I think now you will be able to run this VV backend on your local machine. So I will leave this video over here, and you can start exploring the VV backend and the VV server SDK. And the next, what I would suggest is the next thing over here would be to get started with the client SDK and then start implementing the features. So instant messaging is one feature, and if you go back to the developer portal, you can see in the getting started section that there are a lot of features: in-app tasks management, in-app activity feeds, secure file sharing, and Hello World is also a great place to start with. So enjoy your journey with Vivi, and if you by any chance get stuck somewhere in between, feel free to contact us, and we are there to help you out. So go to the Get Help section and uh, just fill out this form, and we will reach out to you as soon as possible. So till then, all the best and keep using Vivi.